What's going on, guys? You got your local ham sandwich here, bringing you another Locals feature match from a couple weeks ago. Here we got Zach on the right with Horus Tri-Spright, and we got Curry on the left with Horus Runick. Zach starting with Imseti to get the sarcophagus, discarding Kit along with that to send Nerval, and then grab Karis. Pretty good incidental synergy there. It feels like the Horus cards just have a lot of that in general for some of these decks like this. Breather going to summon the Angler here, most likely. Yep. Looks like you got two Imperms in hand. Those may come in handy later. I'm gonna go for the Sprint. I know it's glared out, but that is the Sprint. It's gonna get Impermed, which I suppose is fine given that Zach still has advantage in the Horus engine here. So he's going to grab the Imseti back with the sarcophagus and then discard one of the Imperms to drop another level 8 in the graveyard. Looks like Duamatef. Summon back. He's going to want to go for the zombie vampire here, most likely. Yep, he wants to keep that advantage going. He needs to be able to mill probably a Sprite name. Looks like he hit Kit, Blue, and Carrot. Blue I think is the obvious choice there. Even though in the vocals there he does say that kind of sucks, but I think Blue is pretty good. Blue into Jet summon, going to grab most likely Smasher or the starter. And I got the Smashers. I think here we'll go into the Gigantic. I want to set that up with the Sprint for an additional negate there. Or not negate, additional interruption. Gigantic effect. Going to get himself the, looks like the Karis. Or is that the Fractile? One of the two. Either way here, I think he's trying to get to the double Dragon Lords to set up an additional negate, so he is going to dump or banish the Kit and the Nerval for the double Dragon Lords. Now he has 2 spins. We know he has the Imperm and the Smasher, so that's automatically 4 interruptions. Plus an extra face down, which I didn't catch what card that was. I think he had another trap in hand, so that's probably Revolt. We're going to see Runick Tip in the draw phase for a search. Yep, for the Runick Fountain. Going to automatically negate the double Dragon Lords with the Flashing Fire, I believe, just to get through one of those interruptions automatically. I'm going to activate the Fountain. It is cut off on the screen there, unfortunately, but it is the Fountain. We'll see if it gets removed later. We are going to, I forget which one that is. Oh, it's the Destruction. Looks like we're popping the King Sark. He is going to Smashers away the Fountain on the activation to draw 3. I think he's pretty smart there. Gonna stop Curry's advantage. I think he's got 1 or 2 cards in hand. It is Imseti though, so he's going to go Imseti for the sarcophagus. He milled 2 of his Horus names off of the zombie vampire, so he does have 3 level 8s he can get access to. Just double checking the effect of Sprint there. Making sure if Sprint can bounce back the Horus monsters when they're special summoned, which I believe they can. Looks like he has 1 more Imseti to dump the Cab. And then just summon a bunch of dudes, looks like. The Duamatef, the Cab. Now Zach's going to want to think on each of these in terms of which one he wants to bounce. But the unfortunate thing is if he does, he is going to be faced with the other Horus effects. So he has to be very careful. Looks like he is going to Sprint the Duamatef and trigger the Kebisenuf. Then get the Imseti and Hoppy. And now we're going to think here on what to summon. He's got 3 level 8s. He can go into Gigantic Trainer, or he can go into Harbinger or Ding, kind of dependent on what he wants to do here. I think he is going to decide on Dingirsu in the end. Just kind of assessing his resources, what he needs, what he finds most necessary. He is going to look like he used the last activation of Sarcophagus first to dump the last Imseti. Wonder if he only plays 1 Sarcophagus, which is why he's okay with dumping all of his Imseti. He's going to go for the Ding though. Ding activate, but he is going to get impermed. And then pass back to Zach, it looks like. I think Zach has a red in hand. 1 more monster. We are going to go for the Zombie Vampire again. It looks like Curry accidentally milled 5 instead of 4, but has nothing but spells. He doesn't have Runick Fountain right now, so not a huge deal. Looks like we got a blue, a jet, a starter, and an effect veiler from Zach. Blue is probably once more the correct special summon. Going to grab looks like it doesn't have any targets in deck. We're going to special the red from hand though, just to get another guy on board. Going to go for the access code here, but notably Zach does forget to let access code gain the attack, unfortunately. So he is sitting on a 2300 access code. He only has the 1 sprint engrave to pop. Ding is going to protect itself. Zach trying to backpedal and think about how he can progress forward. Now that access code is not fully live. SP is going to banish the Ding though. And access does have more food, I believe, now to pop more monsters if it really wants to. But Hoppy, since Ding left the field, it is going to get back the fountain. And I didn't catch what the other one was engraved. Sorry, a tip. Summon Horus. Banish 4. And we're going to go for Shureg here. Shureg. Get rid of the Hoppy, and then just assessing battle damage and going in for game. Moving forward to game 2. Alright, so I think Curry's going to want to go first here, of course. Looks like I saw a Tikaboo and 1 more trap. He probably has a skill drain or something like that. Imseti for King Sark. And Curry not super worried about dropping multiple Imseti into the grave, so probably only plays 1 or 2 Sark. Activate the Sark. Pitch the other Sarcophagus. That would also be a reason why he's not afraid to pitch the Imseti. So he does play 2. Got the Hoppy and Imseti grave. Gonna summon both. And then go for a rank 8. Probably Ding again, would be my guess. If he has that Tikaboo, he does want Ding to protect it. Again, knowing Zach has a lot of types, Thunder, the Tri-types, Beast, Sea Serpent, he has all kinds of types, but if he gets too far into his Sprite plays, Tikaboo is going to be an issue. So we're going to go for Horus here. Cut the kit, and then kit dump the Nerval. Crow the Nerval though, since I believe it requires to be, or just shut him off from having multiple. Yeah, multiple beasts or tri-types in the grave. I'm gonna go ahead and negate the ding. Okay, so I believe he did grab Karis. What he activated originally was Fractile. I think I have it down now. If I don't, let me know in the comments. He's gonna skill drain the Beaver and then Tikaboo on the Beaver as well, which is gonna make this very tricky because he's locked out of his beasts, which means he's locked out of Duamatef and some of his Tri-Brigade monsters. But he still has the other Horuses, which are all different types, so they can play around that just fine. Some of the Imseti back, some of the Hoppy. He's stuck into his Beast Warrior now, so he's only for his tri-types being able to summon winged beasts. Of course, he can play around that with his Lynx. He discarded, I think, the Nervile there to dump Duamatef. Again, I apologize that the top of the screen's a bit cut off, but it worked the best that way to make the frame squared up. So maybe a lot of thinking here from Zach. Again, he's kind of in a tough situation without being able to activate his on-field monster effects or having to play through the Tikaboo. So he's going to go to battle, get over the ding, and then go in for a bit more damage. I believe the damage total now is 44, something along those lines. And then, yeah, I'm still thinking in main phase 2, seeing if you can play around that Tikaboo or even remove it. Really has to think here. I'm just gonna go for the IP and then send back to Duamatef. Might want to go into that Pit Knight. The access code just yet. You can't even activate the access code to pop the skill drain. Also, access code I believe is a cyber, so he's stuck with the IP. So he's gonna pass on that. Summon the whole lot. Of course, with the Tikaboo, can't summon 2 Imseti. Also, because of its effect, you can't summon 2 Imseti. So just gonna back over the and sort of just sit on effect that would activate if Zach can remove that skill drain. Zach's turn, gonna summon the Hoppy. Looks like we're gonna go for the SP. No effect, of course. Although I think he may have tried to activate it. Or no, he just responded to summon the one to protect the back row. He does not want. He does not want Zach getting over those trap cards, really. He knows he's in a commanding board state, unfortunately. For Zach, anyway. So back to Duamatef. Go for now the access code. He's no longer has a Cyberus on board. Of course, access code can't activate. Get rid of the skill drain and the access code, but that does trigger Hoppy and Duamatef. With the skill drain gone, he has access to more things. Just to be careful around the Tikaboo. have Shure get rid of the King Sark. And then instead he get rid of the opposing King Sark because a card was removed from the field. So I'm going to go into the sprint here, which at this point, unfortunately, I think is not necessarily a misplay, but an oversight by Zach, because now he's going to want to extend into Sprite plays. So he's sending the Angler and getting the Beavers, but he can't go into Gigantic here because of Tikaboo. So yeah, they're going to realize that and they're going to backtrack. Very tricky situation for Zach getting through that Tikaboo, just a bit of an oversight, thinking he has full combo. Without the skill drain, he certainly can do activations, but again, all the sprites are Thunder, so the Tikaboo is just going to be an issue. Now he has to rethink here. He's already committed to, he did want to keep that Beaver attack. Of course, this is Locals, we don't can backtrack on some things like that without sort of heavy rules mindset, but it's alright. We're just gonna go Game Reverse, attack over some stuff. Main 2, trying to see if you can do anything else. Very tricky situation without being able to remove that Tikaboo. Looks like he did pass over to the Runick tip, searching the fountain, and banish one up top. Like a Revolt banished off top. And then the Flashing Fire to summon, I believe. Getting pretty close to time here, so I think even if he's down life points, Curry's going to want to summon Munin for the life point gain, then we'll go for the Sark. Again, once again, I think both players sort of forget about the Tisaboo a little bit. He can't summon that Mseti since he already controls one. You're going to realize that, of course. Going to drop the Keb, summon Keb, just for more damage. He did skip his battle phase though, so he is passing over. And Zach once more trying to find a play. Going into the Pit Knight. Just explaining what Pit Knight does. Summoning the Beaver. Beaver is going to get negated there. Two Smashers in response. Okay, to finally get rid of the Tikaboo. Now he can make some plays here. But I think he is just going to skip. He's sort of backed himself into a corner, unfortunately. Game 3, again, once more, we were pretty close to time here. Zach is going first, dumping the Fractile, I believe, to get the kit, to get the Nerval, most likely, search the Karis. May have searched another kit though. Couldn't quite tell. Took a handful of monsters, but if he's got plenty of sprites, he can get to his time card. Gonna get the kit there to normal summon. Banish 2. So you get, I forget what that one's called. It's Kit's sister. Gonna go for another Link. I can't quite tell what that one is. Looks like Bear Brown. He can't summon the Jet because he doesn't control a level or rank 2. So we're going to special the Horus and then special the Jet to get the starter. And Zach trying to judge how he can get to his time card. Sort of overthinking a little bit. He does take the damage from starter, the 11. It's a bit tricky getting into time, but again, if he plays the Resonator, then that's not really an issue. So we got the blue. I think I can catch what blue grabbed. Gonna summon back the one of the Link monsters. And we're just trying to make sure of what we can do on the board, keeping it clear enough for the red Resonator. He's gonna get the Tri-Brigade Revolt and gonna get the Angler dumped for 2 beavers. And he really has to think about the zoning there, especially if he wants to go into the Resonator. Which makes more sense. He could just do Gigantic and the EMZ and then get straight to the Resonator. But again, he's getting the time, potentially overthinking and potentially stressing about getting there. But Curry has shown no negates. They're just making sure he can legally do the spacing correctly. But again, in the end, just decide on the sprite and then the Resonator. Resonator gave him 3k. And time is called right there, right as he gets that 3,000. And that's going to be enough for game for Zach. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff, you guys. See you in the next one.